Alright guys, it's time to keep this train right on moving. Hopefully you've already seen the video first of how I prepared this Asian style slow cooked pork right in the crock pot. If you haven't, go ahead and check the link below and then come back to this video after you've seen that one, okay? So the direction I wanted to take this slow cooked pork was in the direction of a taco. You got a warm tortilla, you got the slow cooked pork, and then on top we're going to put this beautiful Asian style slaw. It's going to come together great. You got all your flavors coming together. You got your sweet, your tangy, your spicy, and your savory all in one. You're going to love it. Take a look. Let's get started by making our dressing first for our slaw. That is some seasoned rice wine vinegar, canola oil or vegetable oil. Then we're going to hit it with a little bit of toasted sesame oil, and a little bit goes a long way. So just a dab will do you. Then we're going to hit it with a little bit of soy sauce, and we're using this in place of salt. So a little bit of that, and that's to taste. Then we're going to go in with some fresh grated ginger right into the bowl. Then we have some black pepper to taste. And then finally give it a good whisk. And we're going to set that off to the side, and I'm even going to put it in a smaller bowl. You'll see why in a minute. Now getting to our Napa cabbage. Our Napa cabbage is very tender. You've probably seen it in this store a million times, and it's great for cooking and eating in its raw state. You do need to wash it really well. That's why you see me taking it off a leaf at a time and washing it. And then I'm just going to roll them together, and then I slice it just like so, really thin. Now here are some of the components going right into the slaw. Starting from the back of your screen, we've got some cilantro, some green onion, carrots, and then closer we have fresh garlic, jalapeno, and some red cabbage. Now after you give the slaw a good toss, you can do one of two things. You can dress the slaw right away with the dressing, but be aware it's going to wilt a little bit if you like the less crunchier texture. If you like a crunchy texture, you're only going to dress a little bit at a time, like I'm going to do in a minute. So now let's move on to heating up our teriyaki. I got a nice dry hot skillet, pouring in some of that beautiful teriyaki sauce that we made earlier. And then I'm just going to add our pork. Really simple, really easy. And since I know how many tacos I'm going to make, I only have to heat up the desired amount, and you'll have that control also. With this recipe, you're probably going to have some teriyaki sauce left, so what you can do is put it into a freezer bag and put it in the freezer, and then down the line you can have some teriyaki chicken, some teriyaki steak. You can take it a lot of different directions. Now I'm just going to take out enough slaw to dress the particular tacos that I'm making, and then the rest of the slaw is going to go in the refrigerator. Put as much vinaigrette as I want on there and give it a nice toss. Now what I did for the tortilla shells is I sprayed them with a little bit of olive oil and put them in a dry cast iron or regular skillet, and just to heat them up on both sides to give them a little bit of texture. Now these tacos will have to be eaten right away because they're so juicy and so succulent that the juice will run through the tortilla shell, so you need to eat them right away. Unless you're one of those people that like to double up on your tortillas, you know. And don't forget, like I said before, you can also use this recipe for beef and chicken. So don't feel like you have to use pork, because you don't. And just as another idea, the next time this teriyaki shows up to your table, it can be in the form of a teriyaki bowl with steamed rice and lots of steamed vegetables. What I like to do is top this with a little bit more chili paste right on top, give me that spicy hit, and they're all done. For this recipe and a whole lot more, go to gdseasoning.com. And don't forget to share, comment, and subscribe.